get into this weird 2-on-2-on-2. 3 teams, 6 players. And here we go. We follow Hangtime. He's gonna go for one of the quads, but Xterm gets there first. Use gets the other quad over on CT and TM3. Don't forget there are 2 quads. So, in theory, we might see Milton run both quads, right? You pick up one of them, you delay the other one until the first one ticks out, and then you just have a 24/7 quad. That would be one way. Xterm still alive with his quad over on the Aerowalk side of the map. Tries to connect with Use, but he gets ambushed by the other team, which would be Wimpy. You see Nitram. He's gonna make his way over to the CT and DM3, and you can see Wimpy. He was aiming the normal way towards the yellow armor and kind of keeping that area safe, but kind of forgetting that there's an opening behind him from the Aerowalk part of the map, and Nitram used that as he's gonna time this Aerowalk quad again. Let's see where he goes with that. I would like to see a quad versus quad fight as one of them runs into... Oh my god, the CT and DM3 quad is still up. The CT and DM3 quad is still up, I believe. No, there you go. Okay, so never mind. It was not up. It was Wimpy who had it. And Wimpy picks up that and also kills the other quad. So quad versus quads. As we see Use and Kino... Okay, so they do split on the left. They do stick together with their respective teams, but we don't see the total team frags. We do see the top... Oh god, that is so confusing, really. It's really difficult to tell who's in the lead. Actually, the best way to see who's in the lead is actually in the lower right corner. So let's do this. Score team show 0. There we go. This is probably better. And now you can see down here. This is where you should have, you know, look if you want to see how the teams are doing. But this is the way we'll have it, I think. Even though it's not super clear, it's better than the other way. Yeah, Reppy agrees. That's good. Right. So 3 minutes into this 20-minute game. Remember, this is 20 minutes and not 10, as in regular 2-on-2s. So in 2-on-2-on-2, it's apparently 20, at least for this. As we can see, Hangtime and Wimpy setting up for this quad. Hangtime is 200. Should probably be the one picking up the quad as they spam away in every direction. But there's going to be a fight for the other quad. The quad over at Aerowalk. Wimpy over here with this quad. The other quad is in the hands of Kinoko. Let's see if they cross swords and run into one another. That was a beautiful shot by Wimpy as the other quad does go down. No cells for Wimpy, so he uses the super nail gun. Looks like Wimpy is content on just sticking around over at the CT and DM3 side of things. So if you are an Aerowalk player or a CT and DM3 player, so let's say Reppy, for example, a big fan of Aerowalk, not a big fan of CT and DM3. So if you're playing on this Bloodwalk map, this combination of 2 maps, the best thing to do is probably to stick around the Aerowalk part and never leave, right? You never venture out to the CT and DM3 part because, you know, the frags will still come to you, right? It's not like nobody's ever gonna go to that side of the map. So that is probably a smart way to play it, and it looks like that's exactly what Wimpy is doing. He's not leaving CT and DM3. He hasn't gone over to Aerowalk a single time well, since we've been watching it. He's still out of cells, by the way. He did pick up a couple of cells and then used them. Oh, right. There we go. No simple items. Isn't CT&DM3 quad more defensible and should be higher priority? That is a good point. Very good point. It's way easier to survive with that. But now we get to see Nitram a little bit as he tries to make his way out over on the Aerowalk side of the map. They've kind of had a fight over here against Yus and Kinoko on Aerowalk. And here comes Hangtime flying in, getting the kill on Nitram as Vala does go down to the other quad, but then Hangtime bores with his quad, so both quads are now dead. We get to see Xterm a little bit, who's been hanging out over on the Aerowalk side of things for the most part, but now briefly in the CT&DM3 part of the map. So yeah, really, I think this is kind of showing, like, Xterm and Vala have spent most of their time on the Aerowalk side. Yus and Kinoko also on the Aerowalk side. As you can see here, Kinoko is getting ready for this quad. Whereas Wimpy and Hangtime have been spending time mostly on the CT&DM3 side of things, and that's been working out for them as they do tie the game together with Nitram and Xterm. Yus and Kinoko both falling behind a little bit, but remember, you need to finish first if you want to make it to the grand finals. So if you finish second, you're going to be in the B finals. If you finish third, you're going to be in the C finals. So really, you need to win the game overall in order to advance to the grand finals against the winners of the other two groups. So even if there's one like weaker team, you still need to win over the third team, right? And currently, Wimpy and Hangtime are in the lead only by 5 frags. Where are simple items? You want the simple items? I actually just turned them off. I can turn them on again if you prefer that. Yus picks up one of the quads and Nitram picks up the other one on CTN. This is so trippy. We can vote. Well, you know, it's such a it's one of those situations where someone is always gonna be unhappy. It's just the way it works. Nitram with a pickup on the Mega and the Yellow. Quake is no arena for democracy. True. I try to please the viewers and kind of use the settings that they like and prefer. But it becomes an issue when people prefer different things. Wimpy once again with the CT&DM3 quad. It's like the 5th or 6th that he's gotten from that side of the map as he's gonna run into the other quad. Just barely survives that rocket. Doesn't get the kill either on Kinoko. So they just kind of exchanged damage a little bit and then ran away. Simple items looks too much like Quake 3. Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense for a lot of players because more people have seen Quake 3 than they've seen Quake World. Quake 3 was really what made Quake blow up worldwide, and people are used to them. And of course, Quake 3 was the most successful Quake of all time. Quake 3 and Quake 1. But Quake 3 is on top of it. Player has exercised their democratic right to vote. Yeah. Doombringer is a good game. Doombringer would probably fall into the Quake 1 category though. Since of course it's using the Quake 1 engine Dark Places. Alright, so almost halfway through this game. What are the scores? 70 frags for Nitram and Xterm. Wimpy and Hangtime lagging behind 10 frags on 65, and then Yus and Kinoko on 32. Individual scores. Nitram really dominating, 49 frags. This Gloomy Genius combined Aerowalk and Blood Run. Why would you call it Aero Cool? Still no double quad. No, you're right. It's always been a split. I don't think anyone has attempted to go for both quads. I think both teams have just secured one and then stuck to that. But it would be cool to see one quad on each player. It feels like if you kick too much ass on one side of the map, you have to go hunting on the other side. Yeah, I mean, or just keep spawn fragging on that side, right? Frags will inevitably come your way just because people will respawn. So that's the question, right? Do you really need to? Get to see use here with a red armor. Oh, that's unfortunate. Quads are spawning. Also, the quads aren't offset. We're 11 minutes into this, and the quads are still neck and neck spawning at the same time as Nitram picks up this Aerowalk one. Nitram has barely left the Aerowalk side, and so far he's on 50 frags. But on the flip side, Wimpy hasn't really left the CTN DM3 side of things, and he's on 48 frags. So maybe they're kind of equal. Maybe there's no like right or wrong. Ooh, that's a ballsy quad rocket jump to get to the red. I like it though. 20 minutes, kind of crazy. Should be 15. Who knows? It's a best of one though, so since they only play one game, 20 minutes kind of makes sense to me. Oh, Nitram back in at the Aerowalk side. Ah, man, I'm still feeling the effects of that stupid COVID-19. Seven and a half minutes to go, and really the fight is between Wimpy and Hangtime and Nitram and Xterm, who will make it to the grand finals as they are currently tied 85 frags apiece. Use with a nice mid-air rocket. I really want to see the quads being offset, so I don't want them to like. I want one guy to pick up one quad while the other guy on the team makes his way over to the other quad, delays it on purpose. So instead of having two quads, well, actually, I don't know. It would be cool because currently the quads are spawning at the exact same time. Neither one of them have been delayed. As Wimpy and Hangtime once again secure this CTN DM3 quad. Every single time this has been what they do. The other quad, I believe, was killed off. Once again, doubling down on what Zorak said. It's way easier to survive with the CTN DM3 quad. It's much more defensible and... yeah. That's gonna result in a little bit of a lead for Wimpy and Hangtime. 3 frags ahead. (96 to 91). Let me try something. Sorry about this. Actually, never mind. Let's do this. Oh. Actually, you can't control that. Never mind. I was hoping to do something. Let's do this though. Is this gonna look weird? Yeah. There were a few occasions when CS could have delayed the CTN quad. Yeah, I believe they could have many times. Just save it. Like the CTN one is so much easier to delay than the Aerowalk one. So delay the CTN one, use it to get to the Aerowalk quad and secure that. And then you can have quad all the time. Right? This was terrible, by the way. This was a terrible idea. There we go. So 4 minutes remaining. Still a very tight game between CS and KS. So CS on 114 frags, KS on 106. They are very, very close. However, Yus and Kinoko are falling behind. No, not delayed by a minute, but delay it. So you delay the CTN quad for 30 seconds. Did they have both quads? Oh, I missed that. Probably read chat. Shit. Anyways, yeah, so you delay the CTN quad 30 seconds. And then you use it to clear up Aerowalk. And once it runs out, the Aerowalk one is going to spawn. And then you use the Aerowalk one to get back to the CTN one, and then you go back and forth between the two quads, and you never lose quad. That would be epic to see, and something that we might see Milton do. He is one of the few who would think of such a crazy thing. 10 frags between the two teams as the Aerowalk one is picked up by Wimpy for the first time. Not really going for the CTN quad, but Hang Time is over there on that side of the map, and he got that quad. So once again, they got both quads. I like this change of strategy. So the first 15 minutes, they only went for the CTN DM3 quad, but now they're going for both, and I like it, trying to secure the win over Nitram and Vala. That's awesome. That's really cool. So an obvious change of strategy as we take a look at the overall score. Wimpy now in the lead, 74 frags. Nitram is second on 71. X-Term falling behind a little bit, tied with Yus. And Kinoko on the bottom. Now Wimpy is back here over at the CTN quad. Looks like he's going to secure that together with Hang Time. They are under pressure there from Yus, but that also means that there's no pressure on the Aerowalk quad because everybody was over at the CTN DM3 quad. So that's a free quad for X-Term. Maybe he can do something with that. They need 18 frags, 1.5 minutes to go. It's absolutely doable. I like those smileys from Kinoko. Man, I almost want to adopt that. That is such a cool smiley. I like that. That's awesome. X-Term still alive with his quad as well. I think it was just killed off or ran out. No, it wasn't killed off. He's on 200. They do need frags though. They are still 17 frags behind. They need 17 frags in 1 minute in order to make it to the grand finals. Oh, X-Term is going to go down. Nitram is there, though, fighting against Wimpy for the very last quads of the game. Wimpy is going to get the pickup, but he goes down immediately. Hang Time is on the other one, so they try to go for both quads again. Hang Time and Wimpy did. Managed to get one out of it, and the other one was killed off. So, well played to Hang Time and Wimpy yet again, and it looks like they will indeed win this. 147 frags, 126 on Vala and X-Term, whereas Yus and Kinoko are on 80. They will play in the C finals. Nitram and X-Term will play in the B finals and the grand finals for for hang time and Wimpy. That's kind of fun. Or the emergency room team or whatever they call themselves in this one. There you go. GG. That's the final score. 152, 130, and 80. Cool. Okay. What's the status on the other ones? I believe they've all been played. They've all finished. Let's update the wiki. Yeah, Wimpy had a very good game. I'm curious who won in the C group. Probably Burn and Hammer. So we might see Hangtime, Wimpy, Milton, Hanu, Burn, and Hammer. That's my guess anyways. I'm not sure if it's true or not. As... Okay, I'm gonna warn you guys, this is gonna be bright. Close your eyes if you don't like a white background, okay? So don't hate me for this, but here we go. Boom. All right, so these three are the ones that I expect to have advanced. Not 100% sure though. I'm waiting for Alice to update this, and I keep F5ing. I want to see how these turn out. I don't know whether they are gonna play all the finals at the same time. I don't know that. I don't know much actually. Terrible, eh? All right, let's swap back to the other ones so that you guys don't have to deal with the white background. Wait, let me try this again. Move Estafio. Sub with a prime. 2 months. Thank you very much, brother. He says thanks for the content. It's my pleasure, man. That's how I say it. Cool. It's a made-up word. You know, if you think about it, every word is made up. But thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the content. It's a little bit weird. We're waiting on the playoffs for the 4-on-4 stuff. And when that begins, we're going to be live basically every single day as the playoffs are being played in the 4-on-4 tournament, the Clan Wars tournament. It's getting close. But for now, we're doing some 2-on-2 and 2-on-2 stuff. To kind of try to cover as much of all the things that goes on in Quake World, right? It's gonna be back to normal. I also have a shipment coming in because I'm launching a new YouTube series called Beyond the Quake, where I'm gonna be talking to a lot of players and personalities from within Quake and yeah, get them on camera and have some good production value, and hopefully people will enjoy that, as a lot of players know about, you know, Milton and his config and all that. They know about his Quake World history, but there might be other things that we don't know about him. And of course, getting to know all the people in the scene that maybe aren't at the top of every tournament, like Milton or you know, Carapace or whatnot. Maybe having Dope Skills on, for example, could be a fun time, or have Wimpy on, or, you know, Meeg would be pretty cool. Okay, so there's swapping servers. Let's see if I can find them. Wow, that was fast. Boom. All right, so it looks like my guess was correct. We have Milton Henu, Team Commando. Hangtime and Wimpy, of course, that we just saw. And Burn and Hammer. So my prediction was correct. Let's see how the other scores were, though. I'm kind of curious. Actually, I can probably guess. I think that the C finals will be Use, Kinoko, Alice, and Hype, Face Drift, and any other and someone. I think they are going to play in the C finals. In the B finals, I believe it's going to be X-Term, Nitram, Mackler and Max, and Rusty and Lucky Shot. And of course in the grand finals, these three teams that we see here. That's my guess, and I think that's a fairly believable guess. I also believe that Use and Kinoko are gonna win in the C finals. I believe that X-Term and Nitram are gonna win the B finals, and I think that Milton and Henu are gonna win the grand finals. So why do we even play? I already called it. Proud of my boys. Heck yeah. Emergency room boys. But they are called what in this one, though? They're called Confused Screamers. So that's what CS stands for. Are they delaying ping? Yes. So if you see someone delaying packets like this, he's adding 18 ping to his ping to even it out, so that most of the players are on 38 ping, I guess is the target here. Loads of confused screaming in the ER voice chat, to be honest. Hey yo, Reppy giving a sub to Rush to Flow. Thanks Reppy, and welcome Rush to Flow on his time. Reppy the man. He's gonna be one of the first guests, by the way, on Beyond Quake. Already confirmed, so we're gonna have Reppy on there. It's gonna be a couple of weeks though until we can get the content out, but something to look forward to. You're asking why they even out the ping. So the way it works is that, well, actually, never mind. We're about to go live with the grand finals, so fuck all that. Basically, they just want it to be fair and make it fair. And here we go. This is going to be the grand finals of this 2on2on2. I'm very curious to see how they play this, especially Milton and Henu, as we see Hammer grab the Aerowalk quad. The other quad was picked up by Henu. Hammer trying to secure this red armor. You can rocket jump with this, but he's going to save it for his teammate instead. That's Burn Cow. Quad on quad action, but nobody really wins that. Both quads are going to take out. Neither of them die. But Wimpy and Hangtime currently on -2 frags, down to -1. As I believe... yeah, Hangtime is on -1 and Wimpy is on 1 frag. Or 0, actually. Burn and Hammer with an early lead here. As we get ready for the second quad. Or second rounds of quad. Oh, you can see. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I already see something. So Wimpy and Hangtime, they decided to go for 1 quad each already this early on in the game. They split and they went for 1 each. However, they did lose the fight on one of them, and on the other quad, one of them was killed off. So Milton makes it out with this quad from, I believe this was picked up on Aerowalk. Now I don't remember, but either way, Milton survived with the quad, and they will take the lead because of that. Am I tripping? I swear we were just watching Aerowalk. Yeah, let me show you quickly. So this is a mix between the two. This is the CTNDM3 part of the map, and then there's an opening where you get into Aerowalk. So yeah, it's called Blood Walk, a combination of the two. as the quads are spawning again. Burn is going to pick the Aerowalk one up. Milton is going to pick up the one from CTNDM3. So, oh, they're actually going to face off in a fight, and Burn wins that fight against Milton. Good job by the Frenchman as he survives with his squad. He actually has a lot of red armor left as well. He's going to get a kill on hang time as well. He desperately wants this red, but instead he's going to go for more frags. Kind of just keeping this area secure, and I kind of like this from Burn. By the way, Wimpy and Hangtime are still stuck on 0 frags. Well, Dope Skills was proud of them after the qualifying games, but in the grand finals so far, not looking too hot as they finally get on the board with 1 frag as Hangtime reaches 0 again. No! They're back to 0 as Wimpy suicides. Oh, man. All right, the Aerowalk quad is going to be picked up by Burn. The CTN one hasn't been picked up by anyone. Now Wimpy picks it up, but Wimpy died. So that one is killed off. However, there's a little bit of an offset now. A little bit of a split between the 2 quads. And that's kind of cool. So maybe, just maybe we'll see something along the lines of the thing that I was hoping for. As Burn seems to really want to control this grenade launcher area on CTNDM3 whenever he has the quad. Not really moving away from that, and we saw that on the last quad run as well. And kind of doing the same thing as they're going to challenge towards the Aerowalk side on the map where they face Milton. All right, so we have a 4-second split between the 2 quads. I hope that's going to increase. I want it to increase. So we get to see hang time a little bit. They are now on 2 frags, by the way. They have 1 frag each. Henu is going to pick up the Aerowalk quad. And Wimpy is going to pick up the CTNDM3 quad, but he's going to be killed off by Henu. Some quad-on-quad action. He goes down. Henu, in the meantime, gets the Mega from CTNDM3. Not really finding any frags, and that's his teammates who don't want to shoot Milton. Milton probably doesn't like getting shot by his teammates. You can often find him getting a little bit tilted whenever that happens in Form 4 anyways. But they are in the lead, followed by Burn and Hammer. And Wimpy and Hangtime have managed to get 6 frags in 5 minutes. They're trying. Tilton. Hammer is gonna pick up the Aerowalk quad. The CTNDM3 quad was picked up by Milton. See if they'll run into one another. This Hammer is keeping this Aerowalk red safe. It's kind of funny, like, you're probably saying, like, red armor's up. And then the other player is like, yeah, which red armor? Oh, Milton gets the kill on the other quad. Gets a couple of frags. It's like, okay, the Aerowalk red is up. Or what do you tell your teammate? I don't know. Glitch with a 10-month sub. Thank you very much, brother. Welcome back, and thanks for resubbing. Means a lot. Means a lot to me to be able to continue doing this. Thank you, thank you. Now Milton saw how delayed the quads were. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. As Hammer picks this one up, Wimpy gets the other one. I'm sure Milton would want to offset the quads, but it's kind of difficult because you have to go for one, but you need to take the first step, right? You need to be the one who delays one of them. So you control one, but you don't pick it up. But that's a risk in itself, right? It's very risky to do that. But you kind of have to if you want to offset the quads, as you have to expect the other quad to be picked up. Hammer gets the kill on Wimpy. Quad on quad again. As Hammer has been sticking around here over at the Aerowalk part of the map. especially red armor. Whereas Burn has been controlling. Let's see if he's... No, he's on Aerowalk right now. But he's been at the grenade launcher area on CT and DM3 a lot. So one quad is picked up by Hammer, the other one by Hang Time. Hang Time, on the other hand, did go down. Let's swap over to Hammer with the quad. Ooh, comes flying in towards the CTN. Gets a couple of kills. So just when I said it, he did leave Aerowalk. Ooh, he ran into some trouble here, but survives 7 HP. Yeah, I mean, if anyone is going to do it, it's going to be Milton, right? His processor is just like firing on a different level from everybody else's. His synapses. Hammer trying to control this CTN quad. Please delay it. I just want to see it, but Hammer is probably going to pick it up. No? Now Wimpy picks it up, so a little bit of separation. We still have 12 more minutes of this game, so hopefully, the Aerowalk quad keeps being picked up quickly, and the CTN one is delayed. That's what I want to see as Henu goes down with the quad. Both quads have been killed off, and we get to see Milton for a little bit. He is currently on top of the scoreboard, but Hammer and Burn are doing an excellent job. 33, 31 frags, respectively. Wimpy and Hangtime kind of lagging behind a little bit, but Burn and Hammer are challenging the Commando team. They're only 10 frags behind. But you can also look at it a different way. Burn has only died 12 times. Milton has died 17. If you put that into the perspective that Wimpy has died 64 times, then you can see the difference. Milton is not going to delay the CTN DM3 quad. He's going to pick it up right away. Yeah, there are two versions of... three versions of DM4 that are pretty interesting. Of course, there's the regular DM4, but then you can also do PM4 with a P, which is a massive version of DM4, or you can do SM4, which is a very fun version of DM4. You kind of feel like a giant if you go on that one. It's really fun to play, actually. We played a couple of 2on2s on SM4. You should check it out. Yeah, 2on2s on SM4 just they become crazy, and they're really fun. PM4 doesn't really work without a railgun. You kind of need, like, you can play it, but only if you enable insta-gib. Otherwise it just doesn't make sense. But SM4 you can actually play. Like, that one is actually fun, like legit fun. DM4 back, best DM4. No, man. DM4 back and DM2 back, the mirrored versions of DM2 and DM4 are so disorienting. I get dizzy, I get nauseous if I play them. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like when your brain has learned something, trying to mirror that in your brain just doesn't work. Every single time I turn a corner, I jump into the wall. Yeah, so I think the map you're talking about is Death 32. So Death 32 was actually made by id Software. It's a combination of DM2, 4, and 6. It's called Death 32. And nowadays the version that we play is Death 32C. And it's probably on every single server, basically. Oh, God. Lord Lame, how you doing? Do you want to... this tournament is just about to end. I was going to ask if you wanted to hop on and talk to me, but thank you so much, brother. Dropping a bomb as he always does. Lord Lame is a maniac, and we love him for it. Thank you so much, Lord Lame. You're the man. See, drops yet another bomb on the channel. I don't know. I've lost count. of the amount of bombs that he's dropped on the channel, and it's kind of crazy. Thank you so much. As I see 40 lions open Lost Ark. That's not quick. That is not quick. And Lord Lame, everybody hail Lord Lame, as he is such a, well, the biggest supporter of the channel by far. Anyways, we get to see Henu with a quad run here. The other one was killed off. Still no split on the quads though, and I'm kind of sad about it. Look at the scores though. 108 frags for Commando. Hammer and Burn are just behind like 12 frags. And on the flip side, Wimpy and Hangtime has actually managed to net 44 frags thus far, so they're kind of catching up a little bit. Yeah, trust me, guys. Like Lord Lame, like single-handedly makes me want to do this every single night. Like makes me want to cover every single ridiculous tournament, whether it's 2on2on2 or a very serious $10,000 4-on-4 tournament. People like Lord Lame make me want to continue doing it. So he's really the people's champion, the hero of Quake World, if we will. Anyways, Milton with a quad here. Hangtime has the other quad. Milton kills Henu. And Hangtime, he gets the kill on the other quad. Some quad-on-quad action. And oh, what a shot from Milton as he cleans up the CTN DM3 part of the map. He also gets the kill before the red armor could be stolen away from him. But I'm curious what the players think, though. Because when I played 2on2on2, when I tried it, when Toma put it back into KTX just a couple of months ago. So what we did, we tried playing it. So my experience as a player was that it kind of felt just like free-for-all, but with one player that you're not supposed to shoot. So it's free-for-all, but there's one guy that is hands-off. That's the only thing it felt like to me. Like all kind of strategy was kind of thrown out the window. But we've seen so far that some strategy has been used. We saw especially Wimpy and Hangtime on the previous map. Well, not previous map, but in the previous series. Or I guess the qualifier, whatever. They did have some strategy. So far, it's not working out in the grand finals, however. But yeah, I don't know what the players think, but this is kind of dangerous for Burn and Hammer as Milton is running rampant. He's on a very big kill streak, I would imagine. I don't have streaks enabled, but I'm sure that, well, we've been spectating him for a while now. So look at that. There's a 10-second split on the quads. The Aerowalk one is going to spawn now. Milton is right there. Oh no, he goes down to Burn. I was hoping to see Milton get that quad and then make his way over to the CTN one. The CTN one will spawn in 1 second. Burn has no idea though, so he's not going to make his way over there. Henu is going to get the pickup on that one. Yes, 200. Henu with... Oh, no, he's not going to get the kill on Burn. Burn just barely survives with 4 HP. But I just hope or wish that they realize the split. There's a 10-second split, so you can get the Aerowalk quad and make your way over to the CTN DM3 quad before it even spawns. So please do that. I want to see them do that. If nothing else, just to secure it for their teammate, right? Please. What was the strat? Well, at first they only went for the CTN DM3 quad. They kind of bunkered up and made sure to get it every single time. And then they started to split so that one player, Wimpy, would go for the Aerowalk quad and Hangtime would go for the CTM quad. And then they would split and get a double quad on both players. Anyways, Milton is going to go down with one of the quads as Wimpy makes his way over to the other quad, but it also is killed off as Hammer bores with it. But yeah, Milton should realize the split. He has timing on the Aerowalk quad, as we saw. He went for it. And he will probably do the same again. It's going to be the next item up, the next major item. And Milton is getting ready for it. He's hanging around. Now he's making his way over to the CTN side of things. 15 seconds till the Aerowalk quad. Milton is probably going down here. Want to get to Aerowalk. Here we go. As the Aerowalk quad is about to spawn. It's going to be picked up by Burn. Now he has 12 seconds to make his way over to CTN. Please go CTN. Don't get stuck here. Oh, he's making his way over to CTN. 5 seconds to make it to the quad, though. He's not really going to make it, will he? Oh, it's still up. Oh, please save it for his teammate. Oh, I love this. Yes. We finally get to see it. He's saving the quad for his teammate, and Hammer is going to get the pickup. So now they are double quad on Burn and Hammer. How many frags behind now are they? They're 20 frags behind. They have 2 minutes to work for it. And now, oh no, the other quad was killed off. God damn it, it was killed off. But now they have a bigger split. Please realize it, and please go for both quads again. I love that. We finally got to see it. I'm so happy. I'm like a child on Christmas. I'm so happy to see that. Anyways, the Aerowalk quad is about to spawn again. Now there's an even bigger split. 15 frags now, as Milton is going to go down with the first quad. Now we should see everybody flock towards this quad. It's 15 seconds away. Hammer is way too early, but it's good to set up early because you can spam these angles and kind of try to keep it safe. Oh no, that's your teammate. Burn eats a grenade to the face. 1.5 minutes remaining in this one. As they're trying to secure this quad, Hammer is going to get the pickup. He did. He's just barely going to survive. He gets the green armor pickup. And now all they need is frags. As they're creeping closer and closer to Milton and Henu. They're only 13 frags behind. You can absolutely do that in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Use this quad and get over to Aerowalk. And that's exactly what Hammer is doing. He's getting to Aerowalk. He's going to get a double kill on Milton and Henu. That's exactly what they need. And Henu does also go down. Milton goes down again. Hammer, you need to go to Aerowalk. You need to go to Aerowalk. The quad is spawning in 2 seconds. He's on the wrong side of the map. He's going to miss out on that quad. It's up. Wimpy is going to be the one who picks it up, but they're not even in the race right now. As we see 9 frags between the two teams. 35 seconds remaining. They need the last quad. They need the last quad. They're only 8 frags behind now. 8 frags behind, but Wimpy is securing this CTN quad for maybe himself or a different... No, I think it's just... Yeah, he's just going to refresh his own quad. So we're going to see Wimpy for the rest of this, but I kind of want to see what's going on the other side. 15 seconds remaining, but we do see a 9 frag split. Watching Milton here as he tries to stay alive. That became such a close game, but it will be Milton and Henu winning. But they're only up 8 frags, so it was such a close game. 8 frags between the two teams. Milton on 93 frags. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. And we did get to see kind of what I wanted to see from Hammer and Burn. But what a game from them. That was so close. Hangtime and Wimpy kind of behind, but yeah. That was the grand finals on this.